We are going to be doing a lesson here in regards to search and rescue training when it comes to canine. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a broad idea of what's involved when we are doing specific work, which is called HRD or human remain detection. This is very specialized when it comes to dog training. This isn't your tracking, this isn't your air scenting. This is the search for bodies that have been lost for some reason. The person walked off, or for whatever reason, they haven't been found for a while. And so what they do is they will then call HRD dogs in, or sometimes called cadaver dogs, to then be able to track. This is very intense training for the dogs, and it does take quite a while to do. There are two different types of training that you can do. There's the ground, HRD, or there's the water. The water is considered a higher quality in regards to training because it's a lot harder sometimes for a dog to do. So a little bit of background here. These pictures that you're going to see are of my dog who unfortunately passed away in April 2025. She was called Sheba. She was a husky lab, and she was very, very good at what she did. She was good at tracking, she was good at air scenting, but when we got her into HRD, she was incredible. And she was even very well trained in regards to water as well. What are the prerequisites when it comes to a dog who you want to train on HRD? Well, the first thing that you have to do is you really have to start young. I would love to take a rehoming dog. I would love to take a dog that, for whatever reason, needs to find a new home, and it could be a rescue dog. Unfortunately, for what we do, we have to take a dog that may not have any issues from previous concerns. So we take puppies and we start them off at puppies, and we would then work up from there. We keep training them as they get bigger and bigger, and we would then include some tracking because HRD is a form of tracking. So we would make sure that the dog is good at the tracking. This is a game to a dog, a game that they love. They absolutely love to work for you. And you'll see it in their eyes, you'll see it in their tail, you'll see them. Generally, they are just very happy. So make sure you praise your dog a lot when it comes to the training, any form of training, in fact. Make sure that the dog gets a lot of praise and rewards and good dog. After a while, you could then move into air scenting, because when you're talking about HRD, a lot of the scent comes through the air, unless, of course, there are other factors involved. We're not going to get too deep into the HRD here because it is a very sensitive subject and it is very intense. So this is just a general breakdown of what you can do and how it's involved on that. But we do air scenting. So the dog is then trained to scent the air and then be able to come on in. Now, is your dog ready for HRD? This is something that you're going to have to decide yourself. If you yourself are ready to work with a human remain detection dog, and is your dog ready for this? Breeds, personally, I'm not against any specific breed not being involved in it. I honestly think it's a characteristic of the dog. You may find, obviously, the smaller breed dogs are harder because their legs are shorter, so they can't work as hard. There are physical aspects to some breeds that won't work as well. However, when you're talking about labs and shepherds, husky lab like Sheba was, miniature Australian shepherds, anything like that with a big drive in them, the one who wants to play all the time, you know what? Let's give it a try. So you could contact us, and I will leave our contact information below, and we could then arrange a testing. Now, we won't start off with HRD testing. We will start off with seeing your dog's ability for tracking, air scenting, play. There's all sorts of indications that allow us to then work towards HRD and see if the dog is good for it. Keep notes on your training. This is very vital because we always want to get your notes, see what you've done, and if your dog has had a bad day, put it in your notes. You and I have bad days, and so do dogs. So if your dog just wants to sit around and not do anything, well, pack it up and go home and put in your notes, that your dog just didn't seem to want to work today. You'll find tomorrow or the next day that they'll be fine again. Working areas of interest. We change the areas that we go to because we want to try and make it different all the time. So we want to work different areas when we can. This is something that could take up to 2 years of training. So don't expect this to happen overnight. You want to make sure that your dog is mature and that your dog is excited to do it, and that there's a whole variety of different areas you go to, different techniques we use. So this is a long-term commitment. You want your indication to be the same. What I did with Sheba was she lay down. Anytime she found anything, she lay down. That was her indication. Some people will say they want their dog to bark. Some people have other indications. I just found this very easy to use. She would fixate on me. She would look back at me, almost in the sense of, what, you can't see it? It's right here in front of me. Of course I can't see it. That's why I have a dog. That's why you are here. You're going to show me. And so you teach your dog to then indicate and keep that indication consistent. On leash, off leash is the same. It's up to you. You can do on leash or you can do off leash. If you're going to do off leash, there is some more training that's involved. However, the indication is the same. Water HRD, you can do water HRD separate to ground HRD, but we try and do ground first because then that gets the dog educated in what that scent is. And then you can move to water. Teaching your dog to scent on the shoreline first. We try and make sure that the dog can go along the side of the shoreline, and we would then put articles in the water, and that's where the dog would then scent. It's easy to control. You don't need any big expense of a big boat or anything like that, but you can then teach your dog to start sniffing on the water. You can move to a boat if you have a boat, certainly. If not, we do have boats that we use. And again, we would then teach the dog to then scent off the boat. The following is going to be a short video of Sheba, who was looking for, back in 2000, there was 2020, she was looking for a person in the lake. And watch her body language here. You'll see her moving back and forth, and then you'll see her finally lay down. So she is now sniffing both sides of the water, and you can see her lick a few times. They use their tongue to then lick the scent as well. And you can see me sitting up front there. I'm not guiding her at all. I'm just letting her do her job. So she is then going to sniff around, and when she finds the strongest scent of it, then you will actually see her in a second or two. She'll actually go and she'll lay down. Right now, she's just basically trying to find the strongest scent pattern, and now she lays down. And that is basically how it's done. It is fun training your dog. It is very rewarding. You have a partnership that cannot be broken. It is definitely something that you get excited on if this is something of real interest for you. I will leave links below, and you'll be able to then follow through on some of our training that we've done. Unfortunately, as I said, Sheba passed away in April 2025, and I will leave a link. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. Please subscribe and like this video. It certainly does help us. And if you have anything else you'd like me to teach on in regards to canine training with search and rescue, put in the comments and I will try and get a video for you. Thank you.